where I will be for a minute. Okay, here's the thing I'm definitely excited about. And yes, it all goes back to that GM mug from Glob Studio. I think that Fesk, the artist, is doing the 4th GM UGG with Glob Studio. And I think that Fesk's mug is going to be super cool because if you're familiar with who that artist is, you know that the red, blue, purple, it's kind of his thing. And it's like, then Glob Studios just tweets this dope looking glowing GM with a red, blue, purple. I'm like, nah, it can't be. So then I looked at Fesk, and then Fesk retweeted that tweet and said looks familiar. So I don't know if he's saying like he did the collab with Glob Studio, but that would be dope. Or if he's just like giving a subtle nod to, I guess, those 3 colors. But either way, fun thing from that free mint on the mug. I think 3-4 weeks back. Some of us already used all of our mugs. Others have been holding on to our mugs. So yeah, that's just kind of something that I definitely thought was a fun thing. I'm just gonna retweet it from this account here because why not? Yo, Prez is streaming the spaces to his Ludi, by the way. What up, Aaron?
Yo, are you talking about the mug? You talking about this mug? Yo. Am I rugged?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. Tevi it said that he had a problem joining and then it let him join, so I think it just bugged.
I'm here now.
You've been reading these descriptions on this mug thing, dude? I just caught that. Dude, one of them talks about a worker bot.
Really? Each of the mugs have descriptions on them?
No, the posters, man. It's like our lore, bro. So if you go to the posters, there's like a description of like what's going on. It talks about these mugs that are like a fucking same colors as like our robots and demons and angels. Is blue coming next? I don't know. And then, but I'm sure it sounds like you just were saying that. But then if you go to like, even on the OS collection, just called the mug, like if you go to the poster and then you read about like these mugs, it just starts telling the story. Wild. I don't know how to like, I haven't read it like to go through it. I just started reading it because I just was minting some posters and I was like, here, let me just read the one I just did. Stop rambling, give you guys some content here, motherfuckers.
I just found the page too, but I'm curious what you found.
So here, I'll find the one that says about the worker bot. It says, so it's talks about these GMs, and it says that you have come seeking my power, the DJ master boomed. But do you truly understand what it is that you seek? The collector was at a loss for words. He had spent his entire life amassing the greatest collection of relics in the galaxy, but he had never encountered anything like this before. I don't know, he stammered. The DJ master regarded him for a moment before speaking again. Very well, I'll give you what you seek, but be warned, my power comes at a great cost. And with that, the DJ master bestowed upon the collector the greatness, power he had ever known. But as he felt the power surging through him, he knew that he would have to pay a heavy price for it. As the collector was coming to terms
And
with
yeah,
the weight of the power he now possessed, he noticed that the worker bots that had accompanied him on his expedition were also present in the Degen Master's chamber, to be continued. So each one of these posters has a story assigned to it. And this poster is like the 5th or 6th poster done. So we're starting at like wherever like they are in the story at the towards the end of the current story being told. But it's wild. It'd be interesting to read these from the beginning.
this is crazy, Baron. I had no idea each poster had its own description that was that intricate. And we probably do have an entire story that's been told to us via pictures and posters that we just have to put together. It would be a dope thread, actually.
Mm-hmm. It'd be pretty easy. The OS collection makes it pretty easy, right? Because you can go in
Yeah.
order. I didn't realize there was even an OS collection for the mug.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find, actually.
Yeah, if you go onto, I just did that. So if you go to OS and you just type in the mug, it'll take you right to it. And then actually, even if you weren't able to burn and mint, if you didn't have enough mugs to burn to get all the posters, you can actually buy them on a secondary for pretty cheap, actually. But yeah, Baron, that's a nice find. Like I didn't realize that each poster had a little story to go with it. So I'm gonna spend some time reading through a lot of this stuff. Yeah, this is crazy, which makes me that much more excited about the last one. Jack, can you? So I don't know too much about the artist. Can you talk or share a little bit more about who the artist is and maybe some background on that? Because yeah, I didn't even realize that there was something there.
Dude, if it is Fesk, that'll be really cool because I've wanted a piece of Fesk's art, like, kind of since I saw him um, put out edits. Like, he did an Alt Anonymous and a Flav edit um, kind of this time last year, I think. So, like, he has done a couple edits with clones. I think he actually just put on, or he's actively currently putting on an event, like a physical space event with people. And like people like decked out this whole space in like Fesk style. Let me see if I can find it. It looks crazy.
Like, I'm actually trying to buy some. Wow, gas is so expensive right now.
That's what I'm hearing.
$56 to buy 20 posters.
No
Hell
way.
no. Jump to
Isn't it?
69.
Isn't it
Okay,
funny how we've changed, Tabby?
that's ridiculous. Like, why is gas so expensive right now? Like, what's going on?
I have no concept.
I'm just gonna wait till like midnight or something. Maybe it'll be. That is, yeah. I'm not gonna do that. Cancel.
Yeah, it says that average is $3 or $4 for an OpenSea sale on Etherscan right
Yeah,
now. Fesk is just a dope artist.
it talks about how this other poster says, just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a bright light enveloped in the battlefield and the combatants were teleported away to an unknown location. That's what happened in that video that was done. We saw that bright light and it looked like a drag coming out of it. And we started to, when the light dissipated, the collector found himself face to face with the Degen Master. The ancient being towered over him, his eyes glowing with an otherworldly energy. It sounds like a whatever we were calling those things before, a mech or whatever. Here's the other thing I love in here. It says, it starts with, as both groups continued their search, they began to realize that they were not the only ones interested in finding the Degen Master. Reports started to surface that other organizations and individuals who were also searching for the ancient being, intentions began to rise. So does that mean that other projects are involved in this thing? That's what it feels like to me when I read that. And then it starts talking about the GM union got ambushed them. Is that the SEC? Fuck it, I'm gonna go on mute.
Dude, this whole thing could be a parallel to the NFT space as a whole. And like, I mean, Glob Studio, they're definitely creative, and this took some effort. You know, whoever put this out is doing quality with it. I don't know. What do you think, Tabby?
I'm still trying to process this whole thing. Like, just the simple fact, all the stories. I minted like most of the original posts, like the first few posters. So I'm actually gonna go back later tonight and read through each one of them in order, because I feel like there might be something to this, especially when, today they were teasing that, the last one's going to be special, right? Like, I feel like they might do one. And I know that on all of the other ones, they said there's no physical, but I also think I saw somewhere that they're like, maybe, and maybe this last one, especially if there's a collab with, I can't pronounce his name, but like the artist you mentioned, that might be the one that it's decide to make a physical for, which would be dope because I really want one of these mugs. Not that I need any more mugs in my life, but this would be like a cool piece of memorabilia that would be pretty epic. So
Cookin knows, or Jack knows that mugs are a great gift. When he came to visit me, he brought me a mug. I drink coffee out of it. It's supposed to be for my wife, but she drinks out of it too.
I mean, any of these mugs would be pretty dope to have. Like, yeah.
I want the
So,
space bear.
like, I would legit be in every picture that I take from now on will
Here's
have
the
the
deal,
mug
though,
in it.
Tevy. I don't want a fucking mug, okay? All right? I don't want them to spend any time on a mug. I don't want them to spend $1 on shipping a mug, okay? This is cool. I think it might be our lore. They outsourced it, which is great. And they're working on big things with Nike. I guarantee it. They're just waiting for that last meeting to take place to give them the okay on what they've been working on. And I think that's why he finally tweeted something that said, you'll be hearing some more soon. And I don't know. I can just feel it in my bones. But I don't want a mug.
Well, the mug is not from Artifact, right? This is Glove Studio. I want a mug. Give me that mug. Like, give me the one Baron doesn't want. I'll take two mugs. So this is not because this is not Benoit or any of those guys. Like, they're focused. They're doing their thing. This is just an extra mug. Like, I'll take your mug. If you don't want it, I hope they make them.
Baron, I gifted you that one mug in anticipation of another mug in the future, and if I get a mug to call in, I'm gonna call in one of these mugs from Glob Studio. So I think that it's independent of Artifact, and I think it's just a fun thing for Glob to do. And it's like, shit, dude, I'd buy a mug if they offered one of these. Like, this is like a cool thing that's very likely low cost that would just make people like pretty happy, and I would totally purchase a mug.
I'm legit grinning over here because yes, that mug is epic. It was just, I mean, even your mutant is loving the idea of Baron. Like, look at his face. He's like, yeah, mug.
I'm like, this isn't what dude, I'd take a mug, but I'm just saying that I think efforts could be spent other places. If they're not spending any time on this, then fine. But I just at the end of the day, really, it's that I don't. I just don't want anybody to get excited about anything at this point. I want to hear it from the team and go from there. You know what I mean? But yeah, I take one of these great looking mugs with that fucking space bear on there. Is that he looks like a bear, but is that like a space like mask?
Yeah, I think it's one of them has like a spacesuit on.
He looks like a bear, dude, in this purple one.
Oh, the purple one I think is the robot. Hold on, let me go back. I think it's the robot. I have that one. But yeah, I'm on. Yeah, I'm excited about this one because it is Glob Studio. It's not Artifact putting any kind of work towards this. This is like legit, like a lore, horticulture type thing. They really didn't have to do this, right? This was legit because the community was like, "This is so dope." Look at the mug, and they're like, "You know what? Yeah, let's create a little story for you guys." Um, if they give us a physical mug, I will be super excited about it. Like I will love it and cherish it, and that's gonna be my favorite mug. But anyways,
So in case anybody's come in going, what are they talking about? Glob Studios is doing that GM, the mug, the Gmug, and it's like it was an open edition where you're burning for posters, you're burning for 3D mugs, and it was just kind of like a fun thing they did for anybody in the ecosystem, no assets required to play. And it's just been like a really cool thing for like the last 3 weeks. And they tweeted out earlier, they said, uh, the last season is coming because this is Burn 4 of 4. This one is going to be unique. This mug is looking red, blue, purple. And if you know red, blue, purple, that kind of is Fesk's, the artist, kind of calling thing. And then he actually retweeted it and he said, looks familiar. And Fesk's art is dope. So I'm hopeful that it's, a Fesk X Glob Studios, Fesk X Glob. That just sounds fun. Studios mug so that it'd just be a cool collectible to kind of have and just to remember this point in time with. And then Baron was actually telling us that each of the posters that are associated with these mugs, they have descriptions that actually call out the lore. And just like we read through one or two there, and the symbolism it was pretty big. It was an
But
interesting take.
you want to hear more that even is more crazy?
I'd love to. I think it's great.
As the collector and his team approached the ancient robotic structure, they activated a series of sensors that revealed the presence of a powerful relic inside. I want you guys to think monolith. With the help of their advanced technology, they managed to teleport the relic out of the structure and into their ship, avoiding any potential hazards that may have been present on the planet's surface. The relic was a complex piece of machinery covered in intricate symbols and markings that seemed to tell a story of the Degen Master's past. The collector knew that this discovery would be a valuable addition to his collection. It could potentially hold the key to finding the elusive Degen Master. Fuck, yeah. I'm just gonna put these in a Word document in order.
That's dope. That's totally the monolith. If you look at something full of someone's history with the strange markings and symbols on it, that's a monolith.
Monolith X, maybe this is this. Are they working with Artifact on Monolith X? Does anyone know? Like, this is Clonespiracy. Like, what if this is like a little nod to that?
It's a nod to the whole story, Tebby. They're telling us that the first one is like the first. I don't want to read this whole thing, but that was like the second part of the story. The first is like talks about all this different stuff, sets off on a new quest, vowing to stop at nothing until the Degen Master is found. The mug travels far and wide, fearlessly facing all obstacles, always greeting other travelers with a hearty GM. The tale of the mug's epic journey across the galaxy has only just begun, and all who hear it are inspired by its bravery and determination. The mug will not rest until it has found the Degen Master and completed its quest. And so the mug continues, always moving forward, always searching for the next adventure. Then it goes on to this. I'll put this all in one document, but I really think it's a story, because in this second poster it talks about the Monolith X. In the third poster, it's talking about the worker bots.
Yeah, I'm for sure gonna go and read all this.
What's
I just can't read and
I know,
talk.
reading to me is probably really tough, so I'll stop reading it.
No, I'm actually, like I said, man. You just made my day, honestly. Like I was super psyched about the mug and everything, and the posters just more as a collector item. And the fact that they just did it right, because we get all get excited about it, but I didn't realize there was that much more lore behind it until right now, which makes this even more cool than it was before. So
I think
yeah,
I read the word mug, I'm thinking clone. The clone had been traveling across the galaxy. Um, I don't know who the DGen master is. I don't know if that's those like big worker bots, because they said that the
maybe.
bots are with the DGen master in his den.
I mean, that could be the progenitor, right? Like, isn't it like in
Yeah.
the artifact story, like the worker bots were working with the progenitor, and then he went off. So I guess to your point, if you replace the mud with clones and then the degen master with progenitor, when I read it later tonight, I'm gonna read it through that lens and see what that looks like. That feels like there could be something in there.
Baron just sent us on an elaborate quest. I love it.
It's all written by the Mug Council, each one of these things. Fucking hilarious. This is great. And like each of these colors ties out to not only that artist's work, Fez, but it also ties out to the robots, demons, angels, right? Or at least out to the colors that are on the bases of each of those Romola things, as well as the crypto kicks. We got 4 of these, 4 of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's definitely a good call out, Baron. Because like the purple's robot, red is demon, blue, what is blue human?
Well, in the Bromoa, they had was those 4 colors, and I guess there was the 5th would be the bot, right? Himself. I don't know, but
I am loving this Clonespiracy, Baron. Feel like we've been lacking in diving deep into randomness and adventure and questing, and this is a mini side quest that I'm going to dive deep into later
How
today.
why later, Tevi? Why not now? I mean, what
Because
if
I can't read and make sense of it all
here,
while we're talking.
all in a note. I don't know the best way to share it, but I've just copied and pasted it right out of the OS description.
But then you
Baron?
gotta
Um,
put in order, right? Like that's the other challenging part, is like which poster came first.
it's in order.
Is it?
Yeah, I just got on the.
Oh, let me go to the mug site. Okay.
So like the actual so the posters seem to be the ones with the with the stories. So the
Yeah.
actual mugs seem to be.
Yeah, the mugs themselves don't have. Oh no, it does. Uh,
It doesn't seem to like go into as much, but
oh no, that don't be it. Yeah, this is more like a little. It just gives you the description of like, yeah, you can place it in your pods and stuff. Um, but the posters have the lore. I'm looking at the other couple of mugs that are on here.
the collector knew that he had to act fast. If he wanted to keep the relic and stay ahead of his competitors, he gathered his team and devised a plan to make a run for the nearest jump gate, hoping to escape the planet before anyone else could catch up to them. However, as they made their way to the jump gate, they were ambushed by an unknown group that had contacted the GM Union. The group had been tracking the collector's ship and managed to intercept them before they could escape. Dude, it's all right in front of our faces this whole time.
Baron, building on that, it's the something Yarlin said a while back has kind of stuck with me. He said, "You know what always gets me? Side quests. I can never say no to a good old side quest." And it's like, and then he also said about a week after that, I just pinned these up top. He said, "So you know how I said I really enjoy side quests? Well, tomorrow we're kicking off an exciting new adventure, and that's when they pose that Exodus, the racer. And like that is something that was created with Glob Studios. And you could look at Remova and honestly Ledger as side quest collabs of this season here that we're kind of waiting to see what's all happening. And dude, it could all be connected. I hate to say this out loud, but what if it is the lore that's determining the Animus eggs for the final numbers on that? Like, could all of this actually be tied together under some like absolutely seriously epic side quest? Or are we straight up too deep right now? Genuinely wondering for my own health.
I think you're deep.
Yeah, I think we're too deep. But
Well, I think
how
the story.
if it linked together though?
No,
And yeah, sorry, go ahead, Baron.
Sorry, I can't. I'm fired up tonight. I think this story is completely tied to our lore. I don't know that interacting with and maybe there are claims for eggs, Cook. I don't know, but what I'd tell you is let's just assume that it's lore at this point for sanity purposes. Does that help? Just lore, no eggs associated.
I would agree because I feel like they slapped this together so fast that because it was like, oh yeah, here's the mug, and then in the video, and then all of a sudden we have like all these posters. But at the same reason why I think it's like not tied to eggs is the same reason why I think it could be, right? Because I just again this is linking following breadcrumbs that may or may not link together. But Yarlin was talking about it in his space how they're really working on tying up the story together, and how there's all these loose ends, and over time they're going to be working on getting everything to come back together. And he's really really focused, and I think he said that a few times, like he's really focused on making everything tie together, like the progenitors, where are they from, all these things like that, all these different tangents right now that are out there. He's like, over time I do want to explore everything, right? And pull it back together. So who knows, maybe this was like one of the side quests that they had going on, and based on the reaction of the community on this, they brought it forward. I mean, it could be, but again, I could go both ways here, right? It's like this happened way too fast to be part of it all, and at the same time it's like, well, it happened way too fast, so maybe it was part of it. But yeah, I don't think it would tie back to eggs. But if it did, it would be pretty epic.
Yeah, just a fun thought as I sit here and look at OpenSea, checking out the different poster descriptions. I mean, they're interesting, symbolisms, I guess, between what our current space is and what Exodus represents. Kind of looking for different parallels to draw between them actively. I think it's interesting. Awesome find, Baron.
Yo,
Nice
Cook,
job.
when you're looking at those, what was the order? So first we got poster 1, Lunar.
Yep.
Then we got poster 2, Voyager.
It was Lunar. I think so. Like the order they dropped them in was like Lunar 1, but then the other one also says Lunar Poster 1.
And that came with it. So that was the first set, right? And that produced Mug Metaverse. And then like that was the 3 things you could burn for was poster 1, the Mug Lunar poster 1, and then the Lunar Mug. And then they did, which came out next, the Voyager poster 2, and then Astra was the 3rd series.
Voyager was the 3rd series, the demon one.
And
Wait, no, you're right. Astra
No,
was the 3rd series.
right. Astra
Demon was 2nd.
Okay, per Lunar. Okay.
I would ask for an email, Baron, but I know how much you like those.
No, I'm on it tonight, bro.
Appreciate it.
Let me just get these in order. So, anyways, let me go on mute for a sec.
If you're listening in and if you have thoughts on the mugs, feel free to jump up. I'm thinking tonight's space will be a little bit shorter than typical because there is a sneaker space that starts in about 25 minutes. So I wanted to, I guess, just give the offering to that. You know, we're talking about mugs with Glob Studio, which is either the coolest thing that literally nobody else is talking about, or we are actually that lost that we're talking about coffee cups that have traveled the universe. But I'm fairly confident we're onto something this time.
I love the disclaimer. This time, I like this a lot.
Just like the Minnesota Vikings, Tevy, you know, this is our year. It's
This
finally
time,
our time.
yeah,
This time's different.
different.
Yeah, it's never different, but maybe we actually got it this time, and maybe it actually is different, and that's the hope that will keep me energized to continue.
No, please don't compare Artifact and this to the Vikes. I can't do it. I gave up on them a long time ago. Can't do it.
But yeah, if you're listening in, if you have thoughts, questions, comments on Artifact as a whole, or um, if you have thoughts on what this mug thing is, please hit request, open space. Um,
Dude, this one says, led by a shadowy figure known as the GM Collector, this unknown group have been searching the galaxy for years, searching for the best airdrops, mystical alphas, and pump and dump control.
That's epic.
Oh my god.
I gotta read. That's gonna be some good bedtime reading right there. This is great.
The GM Collector believes that the knowledge possessed by the GM Master could give him and his followers the ultimate power of the galaxy's financial markets, making them the richest and most powerful group in the universe.
Hey, Jack, maybe one quick. Do you know what was Benoit responding to when you said soon, or that tweet that you were talking about earlier? Was that like something he posted, or was it like in response to someone?
I think Baron used the S word. I no longer use the SOON word. I try my best not to, but damn it if it's not just so easy. But I don't know where Benoit said that. But if I would just go on Ben's page and then, you know, search soon. Can't be too many results.
That is a full side quest. That's not a mini side quest.
Yesterday, it was like yesterday evening or this morning. I think it was a reply to somebody else's tweet. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna go look on his page and see if I can find it.
In the meantime, I wanted to make sure I gave a shout out to the Ethelorian and Alts Anonymous. They have their project happening. It's a free mint. You can claim 3 mint passes. I just did it. I think I paid $4 in gas. AURE is doing the smart contract work on that. Ari, I'm not sure how to say that individual's name, but someday I will learn. So like they're doing some cool stuff. There's another person. I want to pin it just to make sure I give all the credit. But that's a free mint that's happening now that I just wanted to point out because I think it's a cool offering from some people who are super active in our ecosystem.
I literally just claimed mine. MetaHead that space.
Metaheads underscore space.
Is it underscore? Did I just go to the wrong place?
I really hope you didn't, Tevy.
No, it's good. Okay, that at MetaHead underscore space, but then the link is the website is meta that space.
Oh yes, yep. Correct.
Ooh, man, you, oh, my heart just dropped. That just ran back to my wallet. Thankfully, I connected my other like my one that I connect to everything like Blur and whatever. So there's not a ton. There's virtually nothing in there, but still, that scared me because I did put money in there to be able to pay for gas, and I was like, did I just get all that taken from me? That would have sucked. But that's not the case.
Didn't mean to scare you, Tabby. I think this mug alpha, if you will, or mug lore, I think it's cool. I think that the files are nice. I mean, they did a really good job with the model itself, the graphic design, the detail, the description. The whole thing is really nice, and they open minted it, which is super epic as far as like just doing something for free for the ecosystem, which is kind of cool how that's what Ethan Alts are doing. Like, y'all, they've been working on that project for at least 10 months, at least, if not more. So, like, that is definitely something cool. I have zero concept what it actually is, but I know those two are doing things on the set of Late Night GM. So they're using the clone 3D files in VR, true VR, and then they're filming and they're recording and they're playing YouTube videos and they're just kind of doing like a talk show kind of thing in VR. So uh, that could only go good places. And hey, it's a free mint for a pass that will bring you onto their ecosystem, and they're definitely OGs in the CloneX community. So I think that supporting them with an easy free mint for just the cost of gas makes a lot of sense personally. So would encourage people in the space just to check it out as a subtle way to support people in our ecosystem that are doing dope things, because like that's what the Gamug is all about too, from Glob Studio. And now they have all this lore and they're building on to this fun side quest, all from a mug that was highlighted in the Exodus trailer. Um, so it's cool how this stuff comes together, I think.
Yeah, I kind of wish Alts and or Ethylorian was here to talk a little bit about what they're doing. But I guess I can go to the website and read about it, so that works too.
Yeah. If either one of them jumps in, we can try and get them up here. They do a space every Wednesday morning, Tevi, 6:30 a.m. our time, and they just start talking. So that's an that's an option, a place to go and try and learn more.
That is early. That's super early.
Super early.
That's good to know. I might jump into one of them just to get my learning on at some point.
Oh, yeah, gas just jumped up from. It's just crazy to me. I used to think 30 Gwei was basically free, but I guess it actually was. I didn't realize Ethereum could go below 30 Gwei. And then I lived that 1-2 Gwei life, and I was like, yo, Ethereum's amazing. I need that back. Because I spent way atrociously too much on gas when I was checking out my taxes in 2022. I've learned and I'm vowing to never do that again. But shit. It's just wild. But yeah, so those are kind of two free, open, active ecosystem mints. I don't think Artifact has put anything new out since the Ledger collab, which kind of talked a little bit about last week. But I am curious, like, if people are excited about that, like, why are you excited, and what about it do you enjoy in that sense? I'm just kind of honestly curious. For that one, really anything that's still out there. Have people heard about season 1 physicals? Um, I haven't. I don't know if anyone else has. Just trying to hit on different things that are going on.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on season 1, except that we should be approaching. I mean, I'm pretty sure they are going through manufacturing right now, but there's nothing official that was released or any date on when things should be coming. But again, from the original FAQs, it should be right around the corner here, like end of this month, early next month. Should be some information dropping for sure as we close out Q1. But as far as the ledger, I don't know. I mean, you know that I personally like the collectible aspect of that little metal container, so I think that's pretty cool. Figured if they're reasonably cheap and they will fit any ledger inside of them, I'll probably try to get one just because it's a cool item. Kind of like the mug that Baron doesn't want.
Baron's still deep in reading about the ancient mug that traveled the metaverse.
Yeah, these fucking mugs. Tevy's never going to forgive me for saying I don't want a mug. I'm just saying that I'm focused on bigger and better things, Tevy. Okay?
I
I'll drink out of recyclable
I'm just saying, like, who doesn't
products.
like a mug? And this is
I
like,
love mugs, but I got some mugs, dude. I'm not going to get on the team about getting some mugs. But I hear what you're saying. Glob is different. I know. These globs been involved the whole time. This stuff is not. I mean, you said it's like thrown together last minute. I don't think so. I think they had hired these people to write the lore a long time ago. Content's been here the whole time. We missed it.
Chat GPT, Baron. Just ask it for the story of the Gamug and relate it to the NFT space. Maybe it spits this out. I have no idea. And no, I don't think Lab Studio actually used an AI for that. I think that it is real, but honestly, what is real when we have AIs that can make lore? That sounds incredible. So if it's real or not doesn't really matter, I guess.
now I'm just excited that there's a whole story behind this that I did not know about until literally 20 minutes ago. So that just feeds my imagination, so I can go read all about it and I can draw a bunch of conclusions and get excited when anything that remotely resembles what I made up in my mind comes to light. I will find a way to connect it, and I'm happy about that. So this is cool. I love this.
Have you played the game, the mug game?
Yeah, I did. It's I scored and I was because all I have is a
The
trackpad.
fuck is I've come through. I'm sitting here like shooting mugs across with my computer. I'm like, I gotta stop. I'm getting up. I gotta go do something.
But I'm like, I only have a trackpad, so I'm like, all right, this is a lot harder than it needs to be. But I played it for a few nights. I tried to get my score super high. It didn't quite happen. I kept dying. But I can, if I had a trackpad or a joystick or some type of controller, I would be really good at that game, I think.
Tevi, I have a thing, and this is really hard. You have to use your WASD. I got 40, dude.
Yeah, I got over 100 at least. But
This is so different. I think this is just what asteroids used to be.
yeah. It reminds me of exactly that. So or what's the one with the little spaceship that you like? Or is it Alien Invasion or something like that, where you just kind of move this ship around at the bottom of the screen and the little aliens are coming down? Except this one, you get to fly the mug around and it shoots lasers. That was pretty clever.
That's Space Invader.
Space Invader, that's the one.
Yeah, that like broke the 80s, I think. Like people lost their minds over that game. It was just so revolutionary at the time.
That game was epic. It still is. It's still fun to play.
Oh, I agree.
But now we have the mug. We have the mug game.
We have the mug. Tevi, I'm up to 140, 150. This is my new record.
Oh, then you're higher than me. I'm going to have to go back and try to beat your score now.
Baron should never have told me about this because this is what I'm doing now. Oh, I got 280. That's a high score. For me, I don't think I'm going to beat it.
I think I saw somebody who earlier on when the game came out posted and they were like at well over 1,000 or some crazy high score. I was like, oh yeah, this must be easy. And then I went on and I just kept dying. And eventually I figured out that, yeah, if you use your keys, then you can move the mug around. So you don't have to be stuck in the middle of the asteroid, the field of rocks coming at you. So then I get a better score. That's how I get over 100. But yes, I'm going to have to try harder then.
And Baron, anything else cool on the mug descriptions?
No, I think when they refer to like, are we the collector? When you guys read it, it's like, I think, I don't know, we're the collector, I guess. Clones in the mug. And then the degen master is that progenitor or whatever. That mech.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Baron. You're good.
That might be all he had. Did you guys notice that creator earnings are 6.9% on the mugs? Glob Studio understands.
These guys are good, man. I think the art's cool too.
Yeah, whole thing's high end.
I just went and got the ones I didn't have.
Very nice. That's what I was gonna do, and then I saw gas.
Yeah, that stopped me dead in my tracks. 60. How much did you end up paying in gas for those posters, Baron?
I don't know, man. I don't
know. You're balling. Like, you don't even look at gas. You just click buy.
That was me back in the day. Forever regret. Forever. It's like, how does the ETH keep running out? Oh, yeah. I did a bunch of clicks on gas. I just clicked it. So, I mean, I feel like that's kind of what I got, at least for the night. You know, I think that it's, you know, a Zen time, a focus on, you know, the community aspect and just kind of vibe through with whatever's happening in the background. So if people have other topics, let's hit it. If not, maybe we just call it a nice evening. We got about 8 minutes until I'm probably going to call it anyway because Dre Mill got a space. I figure we should support the sneakerheads. I think that really, you know, started a lot of this. So I think it'll be fun to at least listen to. With that said, we do have, you know, 5 to 8 minutes left. If anybody has a topic related at all to Artifact or mugs traveling the interdimensional space we call Ethereum, feel free to tap request, drop a comment in the bottom. We can hit it. We can talk through it. Maybe I'll just give that one a stall for time. Okay. That was a pretty good stall, I think. All right. We'll call it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
A good stall.
The best stall. All right, reset. We'll see you back either Friday morning, next Monday. As the tweets come out, send them to the group chat. If you want to join the group chat, just message this account. We'll add you to it. It's really just for tweets because, you know, 50 to 70 people looking for tweets on Artifact makes more sense than 1 or 2 people looking for tweets on Artifact. Yeah, let us know. Peace. Have a great evening. Dre Millie's space soon.
Is that on his page?